Chapter 4, A Walk on the Wild Side. 1 minute, you're warm and half asleep. The next, wide awake, jolted into the cold reality of Bradley's morning energy. Good morning. Remind me exactly how long is today's hike? 6 miles. Don't worry. I've done 12 in a day before. Why does everything ache? I already regret saying yes to the hike. I'm feeling so sluggish. Your diet choice lacked energy for the hike. I'll meet you in the kitchen, and when you're ready... Oh, and here's your pack. Filled with supplies. You toss the backpack Bradley threw at you onto the bed, rubbing your eyes. Time to rise and grind, sunshine. Bradley is already pouring coffee into 2 mugs as Koki paces excitedly by the door. He knows what's coming. He slides a steaming mug across the counter towards you. How's my favorite hiking partner feeling today? Oh, waiting for the caffeine to kick in. Is this how you always wake people up, or is it just me you like to torture? Torture, please. If I wanted to torture you, I'd let Koki jump on the bed. Koki wags his tail as if the idea genuinely excites him. Oh, I see how it is. Coffee first, then we'll talk about forgiveness. Fair. Just don't fall asleep on the trail, or I'll really start to worry. Bradley, honey, you really worry too much. His smile grows as he watches you sip the coffee. Pretty sure I could have used another hour of sleep. The trail waits for no one. But, hey, this coffee's got your back. Let's hope it kicks in before my legs give out. If not, I'll just have to carry you. He gestures towards a neatly folded bundle of clothes on the table. By the way, Maria left that for you. Said it'll help. Thicker layers, waterproof, everything you'll need for today's hike. Plus, you'll probably look pretty cute in it, too. Oh, so now I'm hiking and modeling. What can I say? Multitasking looks good on you. You'll answer the bundle, the sleek white jacket catching your eye. Trust me, you'll thank Maria when the wind starts cutting through the trees. So what do you say, ready to suit up? By the way, in case you're wondering, this is the last chapter for this air quote book. Yeah, just saying. In case you didn't know. You unfold the bundle to reveal a stylish hiking outfit, a weatherproof fleece-lined jacket, matching gloves, and snug tailored pants. The outfit is warm, yet sleek, hugging your body perfectly. We just magically changed as if we're a Hogwarts. Wow, Maria really went all out. This is actually kind of amazing. You turn your back to Bradley, and his eyes look over you with unmistakable appreciation. Looking good. And trust me, you're going to need those layers today. Maria really knows how to hook me up to survive and make a statement. What can I say? She's got taste, and damn, you look good in it. His chuckle's low, genuine, and how he looks at you sends a chill down your spine. You grab your coffee, feeling ready to tackle the day in style and comfort. Stepping outside, you immediately feel the difference. The thick jacket keeps the cold at bay, and for once, you're actually comfortable in freezing weather. Okay, she officially deserves a thank you note. This outfit's saving my life. Told you, good gear makes all the difference. The storm has passed, leaving a clear, pale blue sky overhead and a blanket of untouched snow glinting in the sunlight. Koki circles the yard excitedly while the chickens cluck noisily from their coop. No picking your eggs today, boys. And girls. Goodbye, ladies. Hold down the fort for us. The 3 hens flap their wings and bob their heads, clucking noisily like they know you're leaving. Don't worry. Left them plenty of feed. They'll have fresh eggs waiting when we're back. We like us together as a thing? Good. Gives us something to look forward to. He hesitates just a second before pulling the cabin door shut, locking it with a quiet click. Ready to say goodbye to civilization? You call this civilization? Yes, we do. Fair enough, City Slicker. Let's go. Daylight's a burden. Cookie launches in the snow like he's heading out on his great adventure. You shake your head, falling in a step behind Bradley as the cabin disappears behind you. Cookie's tail wags furiously as he sniffs at a patch of snow. Then, without warning, he bolts ahead, zigzagging wildly. Snow's basically Disneyland for him. All this energy is why he's banned from the bed. Sounds like a you problem. I totally would have let him in. Bradley shoots you a sideways glance as the trail begins to slope upward. And that's why I'm the responsible one here. The trail grows steeper, and he glances back, a teasing grin tugging at his lips. Rule number 1 for hiking the Sierras in winter: watch your step. Snow hides surprises. Roots, rocks, cliffs. Cliffs, seriously? Nope. Rule number 2, stay hydrated. Dehydration sneaks up faster than you think in the cold. Wanna guess the third rule? His gaze locks with yours, and for a second your stomach flips. His grin deepens, and it's clear he knows exactly what he's doing. Earth to Taylor, still waiting on that guess. Damn, he is a fine specimen. Snap out of it. Stop distracting me. Let me guess, the third rule is don't get distracted by handsome hiking guides. He lets out a low laugh, shaking his head. Handsome, huh? Maybe I should have kept that one to myself. His smile widens, but he turns back to the trail like he's daring you to keep up. So what is it? The third rule? Oh, right, rule 3. Stick with your group. It's easy to lose your way out here. And I don't plan on losing you. The path shifts as you near the base of the mountain, the incline growing sharper. Cookie races ahead, his nose to the ground like he's tracking something important. Bradley slows, crouching near a patch of disturbed snow. He brushes it aside, revealing faint paw prints. Coyote passed through here last night. Should I be worried? You have a dog and him. You'll be fine. Your eyes flick to the tree line, suddenly hyper-aware of every shadow. Bradley stands like he's already got the answer. Not unless you're carrying a pocket full of bacon. He adjusts his pack, tone still light, but then a shift. Now bears, mountain lions, that's a different story. They'll look at you like you're the pocket full of bacon. We better keep an eye out. What is this? Are you smarter than a mountain man? You've got more rules than the survival guide. He huffs a quiet laugh, tilting his head. Alright, smartass. Pop quiz. What's your move if something bigger shows up? If you mean a bear, stand tall and make noise. Show them who's boss, right? Rawr! Bradley can't help but laugh at you and your predator pose. Exactly. You've got to let him know you're not an easy target. Confidence works wonders out here. You step back onto the trail, glancing over his shoulder at you. Remind me not to get on your bad side. You keep walking until Cookie suddenly stops, ears up, head tilted towards the trees. Hold up. Listen, I'd know that sound anywhere. You freeze, and for a moment, nothing. Then a clear, melodic chirp breaks the silence. What is it? Look. He points ahead. You follow his gaze to a vivid flash of blue perched against the snow. That's a mountain bluebird. Rare and majestic. His voice lowers instinctively, as though not to scare the bird away. You don't see them much anymore. Spotted one this far up is special. You're pretty lucky. The bird shifts slightly, its sapphire feathers catching the light. It chirps again, the sound carrying through the quiet woods. Why don't we see them more often? Habitat loss, mostly. Every time I see one, I wonder how much longer they'll stick around. His eyes are still locked on you, or on the bird. You study him, noticing the way his shoulders tense, like there's more he's not saying. Ask him about his love for his animals. You seem more at ease with animals than people. Why is that? Bradley chuckles quietly, his eyes fixed on you. You're observant. I like that. Animals, they don't judge. They don't expect you to be something you're not. People, they always want something. Want something like what? To change you, to fit you into their plans, their lives. Animals just let you be. It's true. It's one of the reasons why I have 4 cats indoors. 6 cats, actually, with the 2 strays outdoors. Then I have a dog. We'll go more in depth later. So where do I fall? Am I part of the complicated people club? You haven't tried to change him yet. Bradley's smile returns small, but inviting. Let's just say, you're surprisingly simple. Like an animal. I mean that in a good way, of course. The bird flits to another branch, its sapphire wings flashing before vanishing into the trees. Bradley watches it go, exhaling softly. You know, you've got a habit of catching things most people miss. My mom used to say the same thing. Called me too observant for my own good. She could never sneak anything past me. Bradley chuckles, shaking his head. It's not a bad thing. Just means you actually pay attention. More than most. Or I'm just nosy. Jury is still out. There's something thoughtful in his gaze before he glances towards the trail. Come on, we've got more to find out here. Cookie darts ahead as Bradley steps closer, his shoulder brushing yours just for a second, but before he moves past you on the trail. The trees part, revealing a wide, icy river cutting through the snow. Mist rises where the current churns over the slick, frozen rocks. Bradley halts at the edge, scanning the crossing, while Cookie sniffs cautiously at the water's edge, tail wagging, but wary. This'll be tricky. The current's not that bad, but the ice makes those rocks slick. Bigger ones are usually steadier. Stick to those. He turns serious as he glances at you. Keep your balance low. Trust your footing. I'll be right behind you. He gestures towards the river, presenting the challenge. Ready? Looks like I don't have much of a choice. I actually failed this when I was younger. As a teen, no one explained it to me before I did it. It was very chilly. Not even kidding. Oh, you step onto your first rock cautiously. The icy surface is shifting beneath your foot. As you move to the next rock, your foot slips suddenly and you teeter dangerously over the rushing water. I'll fight to regain balance. Call out for help. Fight to regain balance. Your arms pinwheel as you struggle to steady yourself, your heart pounding as the freezing water roars just inches below you. The slick ice creaks under your boots, but at the last second, you manage to stand it yourself. I'm okay. Oh, look at you. A little balance is all you needed. You shake a shaky breath, step forward, and Bradley nods his approval, boosting your confidence. Your boots hit solid ground, but you don't feel steady. Before you can catch your breath, Bradley's hands grip your arms, and suddenly he pulls you in for a hug. His coat is rough against your cheek, but the warmth of him is immediate, solid, strong, safe. You're okay. I could stay here forever. The words slip out before you can stop them. Bradley tenses slightly. What? I like that I didn't fall into the river? Ah, maybe you say so. He steps back, his hands trailing down your arms before letting go. I need to be careful. I could really fall for him. Come on, let's keep moving. Before I say something else I can't take back. The trees stand, revealing a frozen lake shimmering under the afternoon sun. Bradley stops at the edge, knocking on the ice with his knuckles. Solid. Stick to the middle. Stay light. Follow me. Koki steps on first, sliding before balancing himself. Bradley laughs as he glides onto the ice and offers his hand. Or we could make it fun. Ever ice skated without skates? You're joking, right? Think about it. Just you, me, the whole lake to ourselves. Romantic, right? He holds out a hand, his teasing smile softening, a challenge and an invitation. Whirl me like one of your French girls, Bradley. The frozen lake stretches wide and gleaming, untouched under the afternoon light. Bradley glides like he was born for this, smooth, effortless, unfairly attractive. Now it's your turn. You step forward. A big mistake. Your boot skids, but before you can fall, his hands catch you, one at the waist and the other gripping your arm. Oh, easy, baby. Baby, oh god, I'm done for. I'll let Bradley guide me hand in hand, have him hold me steady with both arms. Guide me. By all means, lead the way, expert. Bradley takes your hand again, lacing his fingers through yours like it's the most natural thing in the world. Trust me and lean in. Easier said than done when he's this close. He glides backward, pulling you with him, and it feels like dancing. You're already getting better, see? Or maybe I just have a really good partner. His smile deepens, his thumb brushing over yours as he guides you across the ice. Let's step it up. Think you're ready for a challenge? Is this like a go-to Bradley date move? Like, take him skating, sweep her off her feet, literally? Actually, you're the first. Seriously, no exes clinging to you for dear life out here? Nope. Guess you're special. Good for you to finally notice. He skates backwards, offering you his hand for you to take. So what do you say? Want me to lead, or are you feeling bold? I'll let you lead for now. Smart choice. His fingers tighten around yours as he steadies you on the ice. His movements are smooth, practiced, like he's done this a million times. You find yourself relaxing quicker than you expected. You trust me? Yeah, I trust you, maybe too much. His smile widens at your playful remark. He's so handsome, and the way he looks at you makes your pulse skip. Careful, you let me lead too long and you might not want to let go. Who says I want to let go? Bradley smiles and you glide smoothly now, your movements instinctively syncing with his. His hand brushes yours once, twice, before he pulls away with a teasing look. Look at you, practically a pro. Practically? I think I deserve more credit than that. He slows, turning towards you. His gaze is tender and unwavering. Want to test that confidence? I'll take his hand and let him spin me, tug him closer, and see what happens. Why not? You grab the front of his jacket, giving him a playful tug. He stumbles forward, his hands catching you. Whoa, bold move. Just testing something. His grip tightens slightly, the cold forgotten as your faces hover inches apart. His eyes are locked onto yours. And I'm in trouble. As you glide slows, Bradley stops abruptly, the sudden halt sending you tilting forward before you can catch yourself. His hands grip your lower back firmly, keeping you upright. Easy, I've got you. His voice is lower now, quieter, like the rest of the world has faded into the snow and ice. His breath brushes your cheek warmly. Oh, too close, or maybe not close enough. Just as your heart kicks up, he leans in deliberately and presses a soft kiss to your cheek. Was that on purpose? What? You think I missed? He smirks. His smirk is cocky, but there's something softer beneath it, like he's testing the water, seeing if you'll pull away. His hands linger, his fingers skimming your waist before he finally lets go, like he's memorizing the shape of you. Careful. Keep looking at me like that, and I'll have to do it again. You say that like it's a bad thing. As you step on a solid ground, Cookie scrambles up beside you, skidding slightly before shaking out of his fur, sending snow every direction. Whoa, okay, rude. Cookie wags his tail completely unbothered. Looks like we weren't the only ones who had fun. I thought I crushed it out there. I see you, gold medalist. Guess you didn't even need a coach, huh? Maybe just a save or two. Not that I'm keeping track or anything. Let's get moving. Camp's waiting before the sun leaves us in the dust. Koki barks ahead, his tail wagging as he bounds towards the tree line. The woods hush around you, every step softened by fresh snow. Bradley leads the way, sure-footed, while Koki zigzags ahead until he halts, nose buried in the frost. What did you find, buddy? He kneels, brushing snow away to reveal poison oak. Ooh, yeah, don't touch that. Poison oak, rule number 1. Leaves of 3, let it be. Leaves of 3, let it be, got it. You kneel beside him, brushing frost away from another plant. And rule number 2, hairy vine, no friend of mine. That one's poison ivy. Bradley blinks, caught off guard. I was a scout for like 3 months. This is the only thing I remember. 3 months, huh? That's cute. All right, Scout. Let's see if I can keep up then. I haven't seen poison ivy since I was a kid. And I've never seen poison oak, but I do know it. As you straighten, your stomach twists. Not with nerves this time, but hunger. Okay, either I find food soon, or I might start looking at Koki funny. Oh! We need a game plan. You're the expert. What's our best move? The expert, huh? I wish I got you saying that on record. Don't make me regret it. No pressure, then. I'm sure something's in your pack. He gestures to the plants around you, his expression shifting into something more serious. Alright, first lesson. Food is everywhere if you know where to look. I could just hand you a protein bar, or you could learn something real. Survival 101, hands-on edition. You make it sound like an exclusive course. Well, it is, and I don't offer it to just anyone. He crosses his arms, watching you expectantly. So, you game? Want a forage dinner, or you tapping out? Forage with Bradley. Let's do it. Cookie sniffs at a patch of green poking through the snow, tail wagging like he struck gold. What'd you find, bud? He crouches, brushing frost away to reveal delicate leaves. Lamb's quarters, full of protein, full of flavor, and great in stews. A forageable plant. He cuts a leaf, handing it to you. So we're just taste testing the forest now? Pretty much. Dinner depends on it. Want to use my knife, or should I forage this one? Hand it over. You crouch near the lamb's quarters, running your fingers over the sturdy leaves. Protein and flavor, huh? That's what I call a win. Forage the lamb's quarters. Bradley grins as you cut a few and tuck them into your pouch. You'll thank yourself tomorrow. Energy boost incoming. Bradley kneels, brushing frost away from a thick, wavy, leafed plant. Soap root. Good for washing up or dodging a nasty rash. A plant that doubles as a soap? The forest really does have everything. Not the prettiest, but it gets the job done. He nods towards another plant, its dark, waxy leaves catching the light. Yerba Santa. Tea for colds, resin for cuts. Solid survival pick. Might come in handy for me, or maybe even Bradley. He looks at you like he heard that thought. Now, I don't want your pack getting too full, so choose one. What shall it be? Alright, so soap root or yerba Santa. I mean, what are we gonna take a bath in, like, the local water or some shit? You pluck a few thick leaves, shaking off the frost. Yerba Santa, fancy name. Feels like I'm picking out tea at a bouge cafe. Sure. Just imagine some hipster barista handing it to you with an eye roll. Totally. He's named Sage, wears a beanie indoors, works here ironically. His dad pays his rent, but this job proves he has grit. Okay, that was actually pretty good. Bradley huffs a laugh, shaking his head. And here I thought I was the survival guide. You are, but I handle civilization. If we run into Sage, I'm ordering for you. Bradley nudges your arm. Ah, good. I don't speak fluent trust fund. Look at all this. You're stocking up like winter's never gonna end. What can I say? I like options. Uh-huh. Well, before you start hoarding twigs and pebbles, let's grab one last thing. He nods towards a bush, its branches heavy with bright red berries. Toyon berries. Tart, good for cooking. Think of them like wild cranberries. He steps towards another bush dotted with glossy orange-red berries. And this one's the manzanita. Sweeter, good, raw or dried. If you're feeling ambitious, you could even make a cider. Ah, yes, my dream, opening a wilderness juice bar. He laughs brightly and then motions between the bushes. All right, who knows? You might have a knack for this. Choose wisely. No pressure or anything. I'm gonna go with the manzanita berries. Let's go with the manzanita berries. They sound versatile. You pluck a few, rubbing one between your fingertips. Its skin is smooth, slightly waxy, the faintest scent of apple rising up in the cold air. Ah, sweeter than they look. Kinda like you. Oh, so you admit I look tough. Grrr. He laughs, dropping a few berries into your pouch. Ah, wouldn't want to bruise your ego. Oh, please, my ego is indestructible. He laughs low and easy before glancing over your growing collection. Good call. These'll make solid trail snacks or dessert, if we feel fancy. You straighten up, your pouch now full of an array of greens, roots, and berries. That's what I call dinner. You've officially leveled up your survival skills. Thanks for the crash course. Not gonna lie, I actually had fun. What was that? Almost a compliment? Almost. Oh, I have to be stingy with the full-blown ones or you'll get a big head. But his chuckle is low, satisfied. The sun sinks lower, gilding the snow and gold as you start back. Cookie trots ahead, tail wagging, while Bradley walks beside you, close enough that your arms almost brush. So, 3 shared dinners now. That's gotta count as a 3rd date, right? Oh, was that in the official survivalist rulebook? It is now, and I'm still deciding if I like you, though. You scoff, giving your shoulder a playful shove. Oh, please, you know you like me. His smile deepens, but he says nothing, just lets the moment stretch between you. The woods grow darker as the last bit of sunlight fades. Bradley shoots you a quick grin as Koki nudges your leg, tail wagging impatiently. Jeez, we're moving. I guess I'm not the only one ready for dinner. Let's hit the tree line. Sun's not gonna wait for us. With Koki leading the way, nose low to the ground, you and Bradley head towards the dark silhouette of the trees. The towering evergreens glow pink in the last light of the sun. You exhale, breath curling in the crisp air. Take in the view. It's beautiful. Yeah, it is. This kind of peace only happens out here. He watches you for a beat longer before nodding towards the fire pit. But we've got work to do. Bradley speaks something about setting up camp, but your mind wanders. I haven't thought about the wedding once today. Should that worry me? Make me feel like I'm some kind of failure? But it doesn't. It just feels right. You flex your fingers inside your gloves, grounding yourself in the cold, in the scent of pine, in the now. You good? You kinda checked out there. Huh? Oh, yeah, just taking it in. Glad to hear it. But while you're taking it in, here. He hands you a small bundle of stacks and fabric. Tent supplies. You handle the tent, I'll grab the firewood. Did you bring your axe? He moves towards the tree line. Disappearing into the forest, you stare down at the instructions in your hands. How hard can this be? Putting up a tent. Do you know how many people fail at this? Koki plops down nearby, watching you with an expression that is concerningly expectant. Okay, not helping. Instructions. I should glance at them, follow them closely, wing it, and hope for the best. I'm the glance at them type, but we'll just go with follow them closely. You kneel in the snow, scanning the instructions twice before starting. No mistakes. Not today. It's slow going, your fingers stiffen from the cold, but step by step, the tent takes shape. Weren't we wearing those nice gloves? Question mark? Not bad at all. You brush your gloves off, standing back to admire your work, and the wind rattles the fabric, but it holds a flawless victory. Bradley strides from the trees, firewood stacked in his arms. His eye shifting to the tent, expression unreadable. Well, damn. He steps back, giving a nod before setting the firewood down. You actually read the manual. I'm almost proud. First time for everything. Try not to cry. His grin remains as he nudges your shoulder. With the tent secure, Bradley steps back, brushing snow from his gloves. He glances at you before shifting to the fire pit. Now that's what I call a camp. He stretches his strong arms, the air crisp, the sky deepening to a violet as the last bit of sun dips behind the trees. Let's get this fire going before we lose the light. The fire crackles, its warmth seeping into your fingers as you hold your hands out. Kogi curls up at your feet and letting out an exhausted sigh. The peace, the quiet, everything just feels right. Your fingers flex against the fire's warmth, tingling as they thaw, but as the flames rise, so does everything or something else. An old, familiar thought creeping in. Mike never wanted to do this. Said camping was just being cold and uncomfortable for fun. I laughed it off, let him have that answer. But now I don't get why I let that slide. The thought remains, mixing with smoke. Taylor, eyes on me. His voice pulls you back. When you meet his gaze, it's tender. No pressure, just noticing. You just did that thing where you disappear in your own head. Open up about Mike. Just thinking about someone. Someone who didn't like the woods? Yeah, Mike always had an excuse. Said camping was just suffering with extra steps. Yep. Actually, every single person that I've ever been a friend with or dated actually had that same mentality except for one. You shake your head, the words feeling strange now. I thought I didn't care, but sitting here feeling this, I don't know. Some people just don't get it. His tone is easy, but there's an edge of certainty in it. He tosses a twig into the fire. I guess I kept waiting for him to want to. Bradley watches the flames for a beat before nudging his pack with his boot. Good thing you upgraded. He looks at you tenderly before you can respond. He moves, pulling supplies from his pack. And now, we feast. Bradley gathers the ingredients you forage. The sharp scent of crushed herbs fills the air as he sorts through them. Smells promising already. He tosses the ingredients into a small pot, suspending it carefully over the fire. This is gonna be good. Look at us, wilderness chefs. He grin, watching as he stirs, his movements practiced but easy. The food cooks as the two of you relax. Kogi shifts, letting out a heavy sigh before tucking his nose into his paws. Bradley stretches his legs out, leaning back on his hands. When you glance up, you catch him watching you. Long day, freezing cold, half a dozen near-death experiences. You still look cute. What? When did we have near-death experiences? I'm serious. His smirk deepens, teasing, but his eyes don't waver. Most people would look wrecked right now. I'm just saying. Your fingers toy with a loose thread on your sleeve, but the warmth creeping up your neck? That's nothing to do with the fire. Well, thanks, I guess? You're more than welcome. He shifts, crouching beside the fire, giving the food a stir. The stew is finally ready. Bradley ladles out a steaming portion, handing you a bowl. The first bite is rich, earthy, and shockingly good. Geez, this is delicious. I haven't had a meal this good in a long time. I told you, outdoor dining has got a potential. He nudges his knee against yours, a quiet gesture of camaraderie as you eat. The fire burns low, embers pulsing faintly. Koki shifts in his sleep, ears twitching at the distant hush of the woods. Bradley rolls his shoulders, tilting his head towards the tent. I'd say we earned some rest, especially you. You were out of your element, but you did well. Out of my element is the understatement of the year, but thanks. His eyes linger on you, something unreadable in the space between you. The air feels charged suddenly. Taylor. You swallow hard, your face heating up, but instead of saying more, he just pushes himself to his feet. Never mind. Let's get some sleep. We've got another big day tomorrow. You nod, your fingers tightening around your jacket as you take one last look at the fire. Its glow lighting the trees. Is it just me, or did he hold himself back from something? Uh-oh. That's a burr. Suddenly, Koki jerks away, ears pinned. A deep throaty growl rumbles from the trees. Bradley moves before you can react. His hand grips your arm, pulling you behind him. Stay still. A massive shadow peels from the tree line. Oh no. Yep, that's a black bear. Bradley shifts, bracing, taking a step between you and the bear. Don't run. Don't look away. The bear lurches upright, a dark wall of muscle and claws. The ground shudders under its weight. Firelight slashes across its fangs, eyes gleaming like embers. Bradley. The growl thickens, the fire dims. Another step, its shadow swallows you whole. Mad! Okay, so I misspoke. I guess I was wrong. Oh no, whatever will it? No, I'm kidding. Basically Choices was like, we're so grateful to have worked with, Thoren Bradley, and they made it sound like it came to an end. So I was thinking, okay, this is the last chapter. That's it. That's all she wrote, folks. But, anyway. Aside from that, make sure to let me know what you thought in the comments section below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. So probably another chapter, I'd say. We'll probably, deal with the bear pretty easily, if I'm being honest. I mean, when you've got a fire, right? So all you gotta do is grab a log and wave it, the fire at the bear. It helps. Again, it's something where you have to, like he gave you that survival tip, right? So this is where you would put your arms up, yell as much as you possibly can. You've got the dog, he'll be barking. You've got Bradley with you with, I'm sure, an axe. So, it'll probably scare off the bear, basically. So far, these are all correct things that have been given to you in this chapter. So you guys get a point for survival. Not too shabby. So like I said, when I was younger, I was a teen, I tried crossing a waterway. I was all by myself, actually. And I was on a kind of like a field trip with a bunch of people, and I was headed back to go to this little cabin to go to the bathroom. And, surprise, surprise, I was part of a church group. And so they were all out and exploring the woods and yada yada, and they were going along a path. So I was able to catch back up to them if I wanted, but we were near the end. So I ran ahead of them, and to the point I was out of sight, but I tried to cross this water path. I tried to be a smartass. The cabin was right there, but the bridge to get across was a little further up. And so I was like, I'll just step on these big, these stones crossing the waterway. Yeah, no, I slipped and just just let's put it this way. Just you do that, you forget about needing to go to the bathroom. Really, you do, because the adrenaline and everything else is kicking, and you're like, oh no, and no, I didn't end up injured or anything, but I ended up soaked. I'll tell you that. It was fun though, and at that moment, I was just like, screw it, and I became one with nature. And I was all, like I said, I was completely drenched and everything. So I took my shoes off, like I said, kind of forgot about needing to go to the bathroom, and just let my feet soak, and just I was wringing out a shirt and everything, and the guy leading the group back, um, he was like, "What the hell happened?" I was like, "Well, I tried to take a shortcut and it didn't work out for me," and he was just laughing. I didn't get in trouble and anything, and you know, um, yeah, no, it was. I love nature. I really, really do. If I could live like Bradley, I literally and figuratively would. Um, I don't know. The crappy part about America, right, is if you want to go out in the wilderness, and we have a lot of it here. I don't think people across the pond realize how much land we have here. There's a lot. And even in big cities, right? Like I live in one of I live in a city of almost 2 million people in Ohio. So, like I live in the capital. You can go outside of it, maybe about a 15-minute drive, and there's farmland. There's land and there's trees, and then you drive about 30, 45 minutes from here, and there's just trees and nature, and it's just beautiful. Beautiful. And just I have kind of like a really big connection with nature. I'm able to sense its energy. I'm able to kind of like it really is refreshing. It gives you energy. It actually re-energizes you and everything. I've never had to forage, but it is something that you kind of it's something that you should learn. Or at least have, if you ever do go out to the wilderness, have a book with you to go, in case something does happen, right? To at least go, yes, this is a berry I can eat, versus no, there's quite a handful of berries out there that you should not eat. They're actually really bad for you. They can make you very sick, deathly sick, in fact. Um, but yeah, no. Anyway, again, hopefully you all did enjoy it. Hey, you got a little bonus story there at the end. Again, I'm okay with this story because it's kind of fun and it's entertaining and it's not bow chicka wow wow. There's a little element to romance and mystery and things like that. And that's what I like. I'm sure a lot of you are pretty much the same, right? It's not a hugely intriguing and interesting story, but, I'm sure if you were to slap something like this on Hallmark, people would watch it. How about that? So, yeah. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Love your beautiful faces, and I'll catch you all later. Peace out.